Alright guys, welcome back to the Aaron's Garage YouTube channel. Today we are going to be installing a cold air intake on the Civic, or I guess you could say a hot air intake, but I mostly just want it for the induction sound. So I got the Civic posted up here on the side of the road. I'm going to get some before and after runs with the stock intake and the new one. So this is the intake I'm going to install. It's a K&N. I'm not sure the exact model, but there's not a lot of cold air intakes made for the 2-liter Civics, and I found this one for a pretty good deal on Marketplace. It was only 200 bucks, and online I believe it went for like 450 USD before shipping and tax, so I feel like I got a pretty good deal on this. So this is our stock airbox system. Obviously nothing special, just an OEM airbox. So we are gonna have to rip this all out, install some spacers, and get that nice cold air intake in here. Let me first start by getting you guys some sound clips of the car at a standstill and flying by with the stock airbox. Okay, so now let's go install that intake and see how much of a difference it makes. So now that I got the engine nice and hot, it is time to remove the airbox. I've done this before in one of the previous videos, so I'm just gonna make it short. Okay, the airbox appears to be loose. There we go, and we'll just pull the whole thing out. Okay, so there is videos of this online and how it gets installed, but I feel like it's pretty simple, so I'm gonna try it without it. Just mocking this up now, and it looks like this hose is gonna have to come off the throttle body as well. It also appears there's some, looks like vacuum lines that I'm gonna have to remove off of this hose and transfer onto the new one. There we go. So that's approximately how it sits. Obviously it's not fully connected, but now there is 2 spacers I got to install. This is what the guy gave me with the kit. So one of these are slightly different from the other, but now I just got to figure out where they go. I'm going to finish tightening this air boot onto the throttle body, and then next thing we got to install is the mass airflow sensor. So I believe the arrow goes on the direction of flow. So I know you're supposed to be careful with these. There we go, fits up. Okay, so the cold air intake is now completely installed. We will take it to the back road to get some test runs like before, but you already know, before we go anywhere, I want to start it up and hear what it sounds like right now. Okay, so that thing sounded absolutely incredible. I'm very happy with that. So now take it to the back roads again and get another sound test while the vehicle's moving. This is my first reaction with the air intake on. Hopefully I can hear the VTEC crossover. Let's see. That sounds absolutely incredible. Right at the high RPMs, you can hear the VTEC crossover, and that's when it's the most notable. Let's hear it in the tunnel with the window down. Like, I know it's just a naturally aspirated, base model Civic. It's not even the 1.5T, and this is probably gonna heat soak and hurt performance, but man, does that induction sound extremely good. little windy today, so I don't know how well the microphones are picking it up, but holy man, that sounds insane, especially the rev limiter. It just, listen to this. Okay, so the next thing I want to do in this video, now that we got this intake installed, is I ordered a few things from Temu, which I know sounds kind of crazy, but I want to review a few of them and just see what I got for the amount of money that I paid and bring you guys along with me. Okay, so I'm here with everything that we got in from Temu, so I'm going to go through it one by one and show you guys the price and what I got. The first thing I got from Temu were these zip ties. So there's 100 of these black ones. These were $3, and there was 50 of these guys. I think these were $9. Obviously, I don't really have to show you guys what zip ties are good for, but it's always good to have these on deck, especially the extra long ones like these. So there's always going to be a time where you need to zip tie something and you need something real long. So these are mint, because if I went to a hardware store, I'd be paying a lot more for less. The next thing I got was this pack of fuses. I paid $6.20 for them, and as you can see, you get quite a few in there. So that's what the set looks like on the inside. You got your 5, 10, 15, 20s, all the typical ones. And if you ever go to like Canadian Tire or another store, you'll know that just for like, say like 5 of them, for like 5 of these, let's say, you'll pay like $8, $9 for a package of just those. And I paid basically less than that, and I got all these. So they're cheap Chinese fuses, but at the end of the day, they're just fuses, so I wouldn't see them harming anything. So the next thing I got was this multi-bit screwdriver. I kind of opened it upside down, so all the stuff spilt out, but the photos make it seem a lot bigger, but it's basically just a plastic screwdriver, and then you got all your bits that you can use. Yeah, it appears to me there's a little collar, almost like an air fitting. Pull it back, slide the extension in to where you want it, and then you just simply slot your bits in on the ends. And that's going to be perfect, because I'm always looking for like a Phillips or a flathead somewhere, and I never have it. So for little stuff around the house, this is going to come in clutch. Next piece I got was this seal pick. I believe I paid about 12 bucks for this. I mean, this one I could probably get in the store for about the same price, but I always need one of these because every time I'm working on something, I'm always shoving small flatheads into places and bending them and, you know, gouging surfaces. So this will be nice to, you know, get in behind a seal and kind of just, you know, pry it out. Next thing I got for the garage was 100 pieces of these extra large gloves. So I'm sure these are probably not very good quality. They're probably going to tear pretty easily, but it saves my hands from getting dirty. I actually do want to just try a set of these on just to see what the quality is like and how easily they rip. So I got the XLs because if you know anything about like Chinese sizing, you get a large and you're probably going to get something equivalent to a small. So these are XL. They're actually slightly loose, but that's perfect. A lot of mobility for my hands, and honestly, for the $10 I paid, I can't complain, man. They feel good enough. Okay, I got another package here. I don't remember what this is, but sounds like there's a lot of stuff in it, and it feels pretty heavy. I completely forgot I ordered this. This was a tap and die set from Temu, and just look at that. So I paid $23.97 for this. I mean, I have nothing to test it out on right now, but in the future, if I ever break a bolt or need to re-tap something, this is gonna be mint. Hopefully it doesn't break, because you know, it is from China. Okay, so the next thing I got was 3 of these hose clamping pliers. They're made out of plastic. I paid $9.50 for these. So if you're ever working on like a small engine or something and you have to pinch the fuel line, so if you're like removing the tank or the carburetor and you don't want all the fuel to rush out of the tank and spill everywhere, that's what these are for. So instead of using vice grips and, you know, clamping down on the line and potentially damaging it, these, I believe how they work is you just put them on to pinch the line, and then you just slide this collar up. There's like grooves on the side here, and then that will kind of lock your fuel line. That way nothing spills out. But for the $9 I paid for these, I can't complain. It even came with 3, so no more breaking fuel lines now. Next thing on the list is 1/4-inch drive extensions. Now I thought I bought the 1/2-inch ones, but as per usual, I didn't pay enough attention. So I got, looks like 3 extensions and a swivel for $6, and honestly I can't complain. They got the little, I don't know what the word for it is, knurling or whatever you call it, where you can kind of put your finger on it. It gives you that grip, and for the money I paid, I mean, they feel a little cheap, but they should work. Now this is a magnetic pickup tool. I paid $3 for it. I don't know how I went so long without one of these, but Basically, all you do is if you drop like a nut or something else magnetic in your engine bay, you can extend this out and then you can fish it out. I actually used this earlier in the video already where I dropped one of the intake nuts down behind the engine on the skid plate, and luckily I could still see it. So I just went in over the engine and fished this up. So it saved me a ton of time of trying to, pull off the skid plate or whatnot. Got it within a couple seconds with this. We're starting to get down to our last couple things here. Next thing I got was just a simple air blow gun. This was $3.50. Also something I've been lacking in the garage, so this will be mint, especially on the Miata when I have to blow all the rust chunks and dirt in the rockers before sealing them, and it'll just be useful for any other thing around the garage. Even though these are extremely cheap, I still don't own one for some reason, so this will work mint. Next thing I got here is a caliper actually. So this guy was $3.72 and it's completely plastic, but it appears it does work. As I slide it, the number goes up. So, I mean, I always lacked one of these, so this will be meant for like measuring like seals and bearings and all that. So we got something heavy in a case here. I actually don't remember what this is. Let's see. Oh yeah, I forgot I got a whole socket set too. Okay, so I'm going to check the price on this and it says it was discontinued. But if I remember correctly, I think the set was like around $16. And honestly, I think it goes from 10 to 24. It skips a few, but I can't complain for that price. I mean, they are a little bit thin and cheap feeling, but hopefully they don't explode when I put an impact gun on it. I mean, they are black, so I guess they're impact rated. So next thing I got was 12 off-brand Sharpies for $3.50. So I'm curious what these are going to write like. I mean, the amount of times that I lose markers and Sharpies and then I never have any is astonishing. So just having these around and having a whole pack is going to be mint. As you can see up on the screen, I mean, they write all right. It's not going to be anything like your normal Sharpies, but they'll pass for the price. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the air intake install and also the stuff we got from Temu. If you want more videos like this, please like and subscribe. Have a good rest of your day.